All right, what's up, guys? Sorry about that.
Hopefully we should be good to go now.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you don't know, me and Tyler are usually about 500 miles apart when we do this stream. I'm in Virginia and he's in Ohio. And for this weekend, I actually was able to come back to Ohio, so we got to do this stream together. So this is a whole new setup for us. We had to rework all the kinks out of everything, and we're running it from a completely different computer than what it's ran from.
Yep.
So hopefully everything is coming now.
Yeah, it runs way different, especially running, 2 monitor headphones, 2 everything. It's crazy how complex these setups can get in a hurry. I know we talked about it over on our Discord and stuff, and I was talking with the guy from Conquer Reality, Steve, and he's working through all that stuff too, and it's crazy how much stuff there is to learn. But yeah, glad to be here. Sorry for the delay in the start. Took us a minute to get here, but yeah. So for us, this week's been a little crazy. I know.
Yeah, for sure. For me, I've been stressed out all week because obviously the index, I had that on order. I was lucky enough to get in the first wave, and I've been looking forward to that for a long time. And the ship date, they were kind of shipping out all over the place. They were trying to get it to where everybody would get it about the same time, I think is what they were trying to do. And mine ended up, some people got theirs on Thursday. Mine showed a date to show up as Friday. And the problem is that we were leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning to drive to Ohio. So I knew I wasn't going to be there. So I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do? I'm not there to sign for it. So luckily I have a really awesome neighbor that was like, don't worry about it. I'll make sure I get it. So she went over there. She signed for the package. She sent me, I actually had her open it. I was like, send me a picture of it because I want it so bad. So she sent me a picture of the brown box. And I was like, can you open it and send me a picture? So
I was honestly, the whole time I thought, because you mess with me all the time, I thought you were going to show up with it. Actually, I thought you were going to walk in with it or run out to your car right now and grab it.
I really wish that was possible. But unfortunately, this time I was not messing with you. And it is at my house. So it's at my house in Virginia. It's there now. She left it at my house. So she did send me some pictures of it finally. I did put those, I think, on our Discord and on the Twitter, I believe. So
yeah, it's too bad. I really wanted to get my hands on it because, and I know one of the guys over on Anthony's was telling me, which I'm probably going to do now, was wanting to sell me his index.
He was lucky enough to get 2, I believe.
Yeah,
so
he got
his
2.
Order got messed up,
so yeah, what happened? He actually ordered 1, and when it went through, it didn't seem to go through, I don't think. And he can correct if he's in chat, but he ordered a second one, but then it wasn't the full bundle, I don't think, or it was. I'm not sure about that. So he ended up with 2. So I am gonna get that off of him. I haven't even got to talk to him. It's been a crazy morning. But yeah, it's been nonstop for us, setting up and stuff. I was on here last night testing things, and actually I ran a quick stream of me setting stuff up, and everything was working really good for me. What I didn't realize, I was streaming in 720, and my ingestion settings for now were 1080. So we wanted to make sure you guys had 1080 and stuff too.
It wouldn't even push it through when we first started to go. So we did start it over. So a lot of our links and stuff on Twitter and everything else are going to be wrong, but that's okay.
Yep, that's okay.
And if you are new, your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're trying to do a 1K giveaway today. We got a bunch of stuff to try to give away.
They were talking about it in chat. What are we, 2 away, I think, from 1,000?
Yeah, I don't
really
even know.
think so. It's going to be hard for us to even watch, actually.
Yeah, so we're going to do a separate show once this one is over, and if we can hit that goal, we're going to do a giveaway show, just like a live stream, just us hanging out and just giving away stuff. So make sure that you have the Starbucks app because we got some Starbucks gift cards to give away. And actually, one of those was donated by Gaming Science Teacher. She donated a $15 Starbucks card. So that's one of them that we're going to be giving away. So huge thanks to her.
She's been really nice to us. She wanted to donate a while back, and we just said, we're not really doing anything like that yet. We're just starting out and stuff, and she was really nice to do that and wanted to step up and help everybody else out. So
we were glad we got that. So that will be one of them. So make sure you got Starbucks app. Make sure your Steam is thank you.
Oh man,
just got one.
Another sub.
Make sure
Okay.
Your Steam is open for that. Make sure your PlayStation store is open for that. Make sure your Oculus store is open for that. Anything that you might need to add a code. And there's also a Gleam giveaway right now that we started because we know people don't like to try to enter stuff in real quick. So there is a link in the description. So sign up for the Gleam. That's for a $20 Steam card. That will be after the show. We're going to do the drawing.
Yep.
So.
Sign up now. We're going to stop that, once we get into our giveaway show. and we'll pick the winner then. So yeah. Yep.
So
yep. So
that's kind of been what's going on this week. It's been a crazy week.
It has been too.
But we've been looking forward to doing the stream together. So this is, I mean, I'm sure we'll do more of these throughout time, but you know, for right now, this is our first.
Once we have our, you know, big studio and stuff, and we have a place together.
If that ever happens. But,
you never know, right? We can dream.
Yep.
But yeah, so Index, a lot of people actually, you know, we're saying some stuff about it lately.
I know. I'm a little nervous. I've heard a little bit of mixed reviews on it, and I have not. I mean, it's at my house, but I haven't put it on my face yet. I haven't loaded it up, so
I don't know. You know, a lot of people were saying that the God rays they thought were present, but then I've heard a lot of people say too that if you thought, you know, you were used to the CV1,
right,
then it's 10 times better than that.
And I think it's really still all based off people's eyes and the way they see things, because like in the CV1, I never noticed the God rays except for in loading screens. Like in loading screens, it was terrible. Like if you had a black background with just white letters or a white picture, you could see the God rays all over the place, and that I didn't love. But in game, I never noticed it. So if it's that kind of God rays, I'm okay with it. I mean,
am too.
I'll survive.
I mean, honestly, when I go to the CV1, I really don't notice them at all. So I don't know. So if it's better than that, I don't think it's going to bother me. I get, you know, if you've tried something then that has no God rays or barely there, I get, you know, it's an issue, but yeah, it's definitely, I don't know. It's weird.
One thing is just the controllers. I know it is weird. I don't know if I should look at you or like look at you up there. It's super weird. So I don't know.
Super weird. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's how it goes. I know.
And there's also, we got a little bit more information about Vive Cosmos.
Yeah, we did. I'm still not cracked up with, I don't know. You know, some people are saying they like it and stuff, and I don't know. I just don't see a lot with it that draws me to it that's different and new. So.
I think it's all about the price point. That is what we're looking at right now. It's gonna, because I don't believe we got any info yet about a price.
Right.
As far as I know, you know, they gave us this info that shows us the screen resolution and stuff like that.
Yep.
And so the screen resolution is 1440 by 1700 per eye. So that is a little bit higher than Index. Index was by 1440 by 1600 or something like that.
Yeah, it was close. It was like one of them was a little off, right?
I can't remember all the numbers.
Yeah, I forget too. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's. I don't know. I mean, I get it. If it's a price point between Index and Rift, I guess there's a place for it.
Yeah.
I guess, you know, if it comes with the headphones for that price.
Yeah, I mean, in that trailer, it shows the headphones, but I don't know if that is for sure going to come with it or an add-on, because they also talked about in that clip, they didn't show the wire, and they said that the wire for the headset is going to come with it, so you can plug it into the PC, but there is an option of the Vive wireless adapter that will work with it, so that is a nice option.
It is. And
one thing about wireless, like I was never really, like I've played with the CV1 for a long time, and I'm like, wireless would be cool, but I mean, I don't need it. But when I played Pavlov on the Quest with no wires, and my whole play style could be different, and it was weird. Like, so I started like actually physically going around a corner. I didn't worry about spinning around. Like I kept telling myself I can move, and that was a really fun way to play.
I've been saying that for years. I think for me, that is true Gen 2 would be wireless.
Yeah,
completely wireless PC gaming at its best. To me, that's true Gen.
And I've never tried the Vive wireless adapter or the other one that works with the Rift. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, I know. I had it. I was talking about the other day.
Yeah, but I haven't tried wireless PC VR yet. I have not tried that, but just doing that on the Quest. And we did do a video for Pavlov because we got the cups in for the gun stock for the Pro Tube.
Yep.
And I was actually surprised with the tracking of the Quest with that. And actually, there's been an update to Oculus for the PC VR side for the Rift S that has supposedly increased the tracking quite a bit, which I haven't got to try it because I was traveling.
You said you heard some good things about it. I heard one that somebody said they didn't really notice anything and they thought they still saw issues. But
they were talking about it in the Discord, and some people said it was like a huge improvement. They really noticed a big improvement, and I am looking forward to trying that.
Which, did you say that they need to get on our Discord?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, make sure, get on our Discord now. It should be in the description. I tried to put everything down there. Yeah. Jump in there, you're going to want it.
We're gonna do some questions that you will need to answer in the Discord, and that is how you're going to get some codes for some certain things that are actually coming up on this show, as well as the one we're going to do after this for the after party. So. And it's a straight up party. I mean, we got champagne, we got a disco ball. No, not really, but
morning. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know it is. I feel like it. I mean, yesterday I got up at like 4 a.m. to leave. This morning I woke up at like 5. I couldn't sleep in. So
me neither.
Feels like I've been up forever.
I think I was up at 5:45, and I'm like, yeah, you might as well come over. I'm up.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, yep. Did something happen?
Sorry for just blew out your. I apologize. So PD just said in chat, congrats on 1K. So we have made the 1K mark. So there will be an after party. So we are.
I actually can't believe this happened live on the show. I don't know if people are holding out or what, but
Yeah, we were like 2 away, so.
Oh my gosh, I can't even freaking believe it.
Awesome.
Oh man, you should hit it. You should hit the
I'm
button,
trying to learn
man.
how to do this stream deck. So I'm gonna need to get one of these. I've never had one. Tyler's been talking about it, and it's really cool. I think they have the bigger one now too. We have an extra camera that Tyler set up
I'm
there.
running a secondary camera. It's kind of hard to see. It's lower in the corner, but we actually have all our presets for all our scenes and everything on
So
there.
that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have
but-
to pick one of those up. I've never messed with them. He was
They're
showing
nice.
me how to use it a little bit this morning, and it's actually awesome. It's really cool. So.
But 1,000, man.
Yeah, we
Thank
hit
you
it.
guys.
Yeah,
Like that's
awesome.
incredible.
That's
we really
really
didn't
cool.
think we would grow this fast. I was talking about it last night on the setup too that we were excited when we had 3 people I think in our chat at one time.
I think the first show we did, which was actually pretty crude, it was really
Oh,
rough.
yeah. Go back and
I
watch
think
that one.
No, don't don't do that. We should delete that. But I think I'm pretty
thought
sure
about
like we had maybe like 1 to 3 people in there,
Mm-hmm.
and we were excited that there was somebody we could talk to and interact with the chat. We're like, oh, that's awesome. Somebody watched and we got to talk to him. So this is, I mean, we just love doing the show. It's a lot of fun.
I know we
talk
still
about this
talk to
all
those
week.
guys, like the first couple of guys.
Oh
we
yeah,
still
yeah,
message
yeah.
and stuff.
Yep,
And,
for sure.
oh yeah, it's
So
crazy.
I think Steve XM was one of them because we were
Yes,
actually
he was.
asking him some
Yep.
of the settings to try to make sure we were come through because he streams
Yeah.
quite a bit. So
Yeah, and we were
that was
total noobs at streaming. Never had really done it before, especially with using like an interface that we use and stuff, just to try and clean it up.
So Paradise Decay
yeah.
said you have Steve Drumheller of Conquer Reality to thank for noticing the 1K. He actually noticed
That's
it first
awesome,
in there. I
man.
just saw PD's things.
Yeah, he's been watching hard.
Yeah.
He's been hustling hard for us too. Definitely
Yeah.
check out his channel. He's really
Yeah.
working at trying to get his setup right and
Yeah,
everything.
he's doing a cool setup. So
Yeah,
he's
he
got
is.
some cool ideas for some stuff he's going to do and stuff. So we're looking forward to watching some of his video. Maybe having him on at some point. Maybe being on his show at some
Hey,
point. I
cheers.
don't know.
Cheers, man.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's just coffee, but
Coffee
cheers.
first, then
Cheers,
versus
guys. If you
now.
guys are drinking live with us, cheers. That's awesome.
Everybody drinks coffee live with us. At least most people. So
I know, right?
I mean, we could go ahead and do the.
Actually, mug shots?
Yeah, that's what I was
Let's
thinking.
hit that.
Hit that button for
Which
me.
one is it under? You
I
hit
have
it.
no idea.
I don't know either.
It's under pictures.
All right.
I
He
think.
likes it. He's not used to the whole stream deck.
So we did get the newest mug shots in here, and if you are new, we do this pretty often. We want everybody just put in their coffee mug pictures and stuff, put it on our Discord, and we try to get them up here on the show. Coffee is a big part of what we
Huge.
enjoy doing with the show. That is, it's a morning show. We
Yep.
like to drink our coffee.
We
and
actually
help us
have a
wake up,
coffee
so
maker back in here today.
in case we need some quick refills.
Yeah, because we got 2 of us here. I got a thermos, but I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll run out. So if we do turn reared and head for coffee, you'll know why.
Yeah, you'll know where we're going.
Yep.
So.
Yep. But yeah, we somebody just got one of our coffee mugs too. Who was that? I forgot.
Whoever, it's at the end of this clip.
Was it Steve?
I
think it was.
so.
I think it was Steve from Conquer
I
Reality.
can't
I'm
remember
pretty
now.
sure it
There's
was.
so much been going
Or
on
maybe
this
it was
week.
Vierming. No,
I think somebody else
it.
just. Oh, we just got some new ones too.
Oh man,
Bummer.
Darn it.
So those will have to
I
make
know.
it to the next show. So
You
it
guys
was
can check
Steve.
them on our Discord.
Yeah,
though,
it was
too,
Steve
but
with
yeah.
Conquer Reality.
Yep.
So he put him. You'll see him at the end of the clip
Yeah,
here.
you
But
can
we
see
do
his
have some
setup
new
and
ones too.
Yep.
So there will be some new ones for next show. But it's awesome that people send those in. And we really like that.
Yeah, it is.
So that's pretty awesome. But
Speaking of, let's real quick here. Now I don't want to pull this out so nobody sees it and actually ripped it.
they might be able to see it.
So no, they can't see that there. Come
I
on.
hope they can't read that. It's
No,
gonna
they
be a
can't
problem.
read it. It's too washed out.
Okay.
So we do have a couple questions for you guys. You are going to have to answer them in our Discord.
Yep. So make sure you join the Discord.
Yep. And we didn't add a special channel for this or anything, did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So we could do that, but actually, let's just throw the first one out there. What
Hang
we'll
on,
do.
We'll put some gameplay footage. This is for Holoception.
Sure.
correct?
There you
Okay.
go. Yep. So this is going to be for Holoception for anybody that has the Vive. So they are actually releasing after our show the beta for the Vive. So if you guys have Vive controllers, I know a lot of you guys in our chat last time were like, man, I got to wait on it. You guys can answer this question and get this. So this is only going to be for the Vive.
And this is a beta key. So
Correct.
they want this
Total
out
beta.
there so that you can give them feedback with the Vive controllers,
Yep.
the Vive wands. So if you do get this, make sure you give them feedback on their Discord, join their Discord, and it will be available after our show today.
So they said they were having a little issues with the touch and stuff, the touch controllers. Just trying to get, it all to work smoothly and stuff
The
like
touch
it.
controllers
Or,
or
I'm
the-
sorry, the touch pads on the Vive, on the wands. To get it to work like the touch controllers. And I think they said they got it working pretty good. They're pretty confident with it and pretty happy with how it is. Now, given,
it's a beta. It's a beta.
It is a beta, so absolutely, they want their feedback for it. I'm just going to try and create a...
Are you putting the question into the Discord, or are you
No,
saying the question?
no.
Okay.
They're just going to answer
Okay,
inside
so-
the Discord.
So you can, I wouldn't put your answer in the YouTube comments, because if somebody doesn't know the answer and they get it there and they get it first on the Discord, then they win. So make sure you put your answer in the Discord chat, and then they will send out the keys after the show. So
actually.
And a couple people were lucky enough on our last show to get into the Oculus beta for this. And a lot of people have really been enjoying it. And there is some tutorials to watch and stuff. This game, there's a lot of different things you can do in here. So it takes a little bit of time to learn how to get inside the game and how to do everything. You have a wristwatch on your left hand that you push to change the settings. So make sure you watch some of that. And if you need help with anything, reach out to us on our Discord. We're happy to answer any questions, as well as their Discord, because they're pretty active on there all the time, the developers, and they will help out too. So
all right, so
first question, are we ready?
Questions are going to go into giveaways. So giveaways inside of our Discord. If you're not on it, grab it in the description. Hop in there. Should be an invite. Hop into giveaways. First question is, what country is the Holonautic studio located? So this is going to go to somebody who really probably knows it. It's going to know a little bit about them, watch the show, stuff like that. But that is the first question. We are going to give, actually, I think, two of these keys away on the show.
Yeah, two away on the show, and then we have some more for the after show to give away. So these are, so make sure if you get answering these questions, make sure you do have the Vive with the Vive wands, because that is what they want tested right now. So
yeah, I'm curious to see how it's going to work on the Index as well. The Index should be a lot of fun.
They've been teasing us a little bit with some Index stuff, and they knew that I had one, and they're like, man, I hope it shows up before you leave so you can go into this and let them. And I'm like, oh, it's driving me crazy.
So they've actually been working on it, and they said they actually have some different things going for even the Index, maybe some controls and stuff.
Really
which
exciting. So we talk about this game a lot, but we really are excited about this. We think this is going to be another one of those games that once everybody gets in and they get the hang of it, it's going to be one of those bigger titles like Super Hot and stuff like that people talk about, people make action scenes from and stuff. That's what I think. I mean, that's how I
get that same feeling. And I know you might have played it. I might let you try it. Was Beautiful Katamari, where it was on Xbox. You were a ball and you rolled around.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people never heard of it. That game is super hard to find.
Yeah.
Just because it's such it was a rare game. It was not popular when it first came out. But
I do remember
that game, I can just sit and do the same thing over and change it up. You know what you're doing. It's just so much fun. I love it. But yeah, gives me that same feeling. So yeah.
For sure.
Yep. I should pull my notes back out here.
So what else we got to talk about today? I love the minigun too.
I know, right?
Nobody's probably got the experience.
No, there is no minigun though in the game.
Oh yeah, even a lot of the
weapons. It was only for us to try.
Yeah, you have to level up to get some of the weapons. You start out with a bat, so don't forget to take the bat in with you when you first start. Just throwing that out there.
Absolutely. So I guess the other one big news thing I did want to hit is that Pimax headsets had their big upgrade.
Yeah.
Well, not upgrade. They haven't really
They kind of had a refresh or something.
Yeah,
I didn't really get to read into a whole lot of that yet.
So they're working on updating all the stuff in the headsets. So I guess the stuff that I noted too was the build quality. So they're trying to improve on the build quality.
There
it wasn't
some
actually
cracking issues.
Yeah, so they think it's actually in manufacturing. They don't think it's actually in the stability of the headset.
Like
they
the
think
design.
some materials and maybe some cooling issues on products. Let's see, they had shipping. They're trying to improve on all their shipping. Returns, all that kind of stuff. The dead pixels, they had some issues. I know in the beginning with some dead pixels. I didn't hear a lot about that though.
Most things I heard about was the wire. They were having a lot of issues with the wire. That was people needed
they've changed that too. They upgraded the shielding and stuff on the wiring, or they are. I don't know. They haven't probably pushed those out yet. I don't know if it was just. I actually don't know. Was that an announcement or has that been done?
I don't know.
Needs Sweeviver in here or something to talk to him, but he would know.
Sweeviver knows a lot. And if you watch his channel, I think he actually works for Pimax now, and so he gets a lot of the first information. Yeah, so he gets a lot of information. And neither one of us have actually tried the Pimax. I haven't been super interested in it. Where Tyler is I really am debating getting one of those. But
still am.
Once I got the information about the Index and stuff, and especially once I found out about the build quality that was put into it, and just the way it feels and everything, that from what everybody says, is I haven't got to feel mine yet. It's at home. So
I know it is. It's hard. I just want it for all my sims. I mean, if you're a sim racer, oh man,
that wide field of view, that really helps with the sense of speed, and that's what I like because I haven't got to try, but that's what I want, because when I play the racing games and the flying games, I want to feel like I'm going really fast. You know what I mean? And a lot of times I don't. They don't give me that sense of the speed, and I do want that.
It's funny though, because in actual racing you have a helmet on, so you actually do have that narrow field of view, but
that's different because then you're getting the G-forces. You know what I mean? You're feeling the speed.
You are. I get it. You need that little extra false, maybe. Sure.
Yeah.
I get that
the movement, the people that have the sim rigs that actually move and stuff, those really do give a sense, because I've done some of the rides where you're on a dragon and you're in these seats that move all around, and that really makes you feel like you're moving. You're seeing the movement, and then you're feeling some movement.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
hopefully
It's
the
hard.
price on some of that. I know there's a couple options that are a little bit cheaper, but hopefully the price keeps coming down on those motion sim rigs because I really want one of
I
those.
know. I just want one of the bases that you can hook to a chair. You know, you
Yeah,
don't
that's
have
all
to
you
have
really need,
right
yeah.
exactly. But
I mean,
it's
I
all
want
the
one of the
software
big
side.
ones that like flips you upside down
Oh,
and barrel
jeez.
rolls.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's what I want. I mean,
Right.
we're gonna.
Might as well
you know,
build a roller coaster in your backyard.
I'm down.
So the other game, Vertigo
Oh,
2, they dropped a trailer on that,
That looks really good.
which the release is still pushed out. There's no, we haven't
2020,
heard
I
an
think.
official. Yeah, 2020
Yeah,
is
that's
all
all
we
we
know.
know.
But yeah, actually that looks really good.
I'm gonna hit
Go
the
ahead.
Stream Deck
You can try it,
button.
man. Everyone's watching
is
you
pretty
down here.
cool.
It's all right.
And then,
But yeah, it actually looks really good though. It gives
so
me
this
that little
has
bit
audio,
of like
so we're gonna,
an Apex look, maybe.
yeah,
To me, Apex Construct.
we're gonna let you have a listen.
Those look good. Maybe they. Can
Now this is what I've been looking forward to.
Behold the nature of the universe. Behold the nature of our faith. We channel the power of the ancient god whose vitality lights our world.
Those look good though.
It really does.
I know.
But it is not enough.
New weapon acquired.
I'm curious to see. They have an interface down in the front. I'm curious to see how that actually works.
Nay, he, child, I have told you of any kind that I want the fruit, but you do not bring me the fruit, so I tell you not both.
Somebody had some cocktails.
Wasn't coffee. I love how his head actually stops a little bit when he's looking like you really
Yeah.
would in a chair spinning. That's like some attention to
That
detail.
takes some work in it, yeah, and animation and stuff.
Yeah.
That takes some serious work. But yeah, it does. It looks really good. I know we don't. I mean, it does show a lot of gameplay though, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's not just a trailer, you know, for being that far out. So that's good to see
Yeah,
at least
sometimes they just
where
like
it's
to
at.
tease us. That's a little bit more than just the tease.
I know, and if it's that far out, that means there's going to be pretty involved storyline to it. I would hope, you know, if they've already got the basics set up, it probably should be pretty good. But oh no, I'm not watching
Fletcher,
chat. He is.
Fletcher St. Germain said, those head people are going to give me nightmares. So it's kind of creepy looking.
I know.
So, yeah,
The
but a lot of
eyeball.
people say it looks really good, and I think it does. I mean, it definitely looks interesting. One of the games that I didn't really get to play much of anything this week. I played a little bit of stuff, and that was about it. But because we've been packing the house. I know a lot of you know that I'm moving, me and my wife. So we've been packing up the whole house, getting ready. And one thing I did get into though was Spider-Man. I got into a little bit of Spider-Man.
You were telling me about that. I didn't. I
And
didn't
this
actually.
is free. So
I know.
I mean, I haven't looked up what a lot of other people have thought about this yet.
Right.
But for me, for a free experience, just the ability to swing
Absolutely.
around from the building. Like when I first stepped off that skyscraper, I was like, well, I like this. Like
Yeah.
this has potential, you know what I mean? So I only got to spend about 15 minutes in this. But so far, I think it's really cool. So I do want to go back in. And the funny part about this is that I was my wife was actually finishing packing her bag to come to Ohio. It was the night before. It was Thursday night. So I was in there playing, and I was probably playing for 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. And she was, I guess, saying something to me, and I didn't hear her. And she walked in the room and grabbed my arm to like get my attention, and I freaked out because I was fighting the big.
Oh,
there's like
man.
this huge
Yeah.
like robot guy in there that you have to like. He put shields on with like the road and stuff. And you have to like break him with the webs. I'm like fighting this dude. He's huge. I'm moving all around the room, and all of a sudden I feel somebody grab my arm, and I'm like, "What happened?" So yeah, she was dying laughing. But I was like, "Oh man, now that she knows that trick, she's gonna be doing that to me all the time."
She will
Hopefully
too.
not. But
She'll watch on screen for
Yeah.
something to happen and
yeah,
freak
so,
out.
It did freak me out. I was not expecting because usually. A lot of times I'm playing, you know, because she works a little bit later than I do. A lot of times I'll be playing, so nobody's there,
She
and
comes on.
it's never even a thought in my
Sure.
mind, you know.
So is that going to release on Quest? Have they talked about
Spider-Man, I haven't heard anything about that, and I haven't seen it on
That
Quest.
would be
so I don't know.
huge on Quest,
I agree
though.
because
Oh,
I was
man.
moving around a lot, and I was getting a little bit twisted up. And the weird thing is that it had snap turning on both sticks. So it was really weird
That's
when you were trying
interesting,
not to snap
Huh.
turn, it would turn. So I was like, man, this is getting kind of annoying. So I would start to try to turn in my physical space, but then, I
Sure.
had the wire, so I was
Sure.
getting kind of twisted up.
Yeah,
but
that's interesting.
it was weird. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, maybe
I
ambidextrous, maybe some people, but I mean,
don't
everyone's
know.
used to moving, I think, on the left, wouldn't they be, than the right? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird
I
to
don't
me.
know.
I kept hitting
That's
the
all.
wrong one. I was like, I don't know what's going on. So
Yeah, I agree. That's really weird.
yeah, but I mean, if you haven't tried it, it's free. I
Right.
mean, it's a
Why
free
not?
experience. So I mean, it's really awesome. And another thing is the Steam sale. I mean, there's so
Yeah.
much good stuff on Steam
There's
right
a
now.
ton of
So
stuff.
the one thing right now, I haven't bought it yet. I
Crazy.
need to. I think I'm gonna get Winlands. It's like $2.99, and then In Death, which is like $8 or
Right.
$8.99. Which I actually haven't played In Death. I've looked at it a couple times. 'Cause I like the
I
bow and
haven't.
arrow games and stuff, and it looks good. And I'm like, yeah, I should pick that up, and then I would get involved in something else. But for $8, I'm just gonna buy it, and
I
once
know.
I get time,
Let
maybe
it
when I get
sit.
back home with the index, once we get moved, I got a little bit more time.
There's actually a lot of VR games on this sale where a lot of times
There's
isn't.
like pages. I mean,
know.
I don't even remember. I went to the section where it was just the VR games, and I think there was like 30 pages of it or something. I didn't even look at all of them. I don't even know what all
And then
there
they're
is
doing
yet.
the Grand Prix deal where you can earn points and stuff
Yeah, I
towards
gotta
it
get
and
that
everything.
figured out too. Because I mean, you get
don't know.
when for the people that bought the index, I know that I heard that you're gonna be able to you get like 1,000 points or whatever it
Sure.
was. And somebody said that might not work, that might get taken away. So I haven't looked into it yet, but I know those points were in my account at one point in time. So
Oh, were they? See, I figured you'd actually have to buy something now when it started.
that's what people were saying. So I don't know
Yeah,
if it's going to
interesting.
count.
Sure.
But yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't think so, but
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, you never
So-
know. They're pushing the index, so I mean, well, not
In
really.
Death is an excellent game that gets you hooked. That was DLG 27. So I mean, it looks really good,
Huh.
and I like ever since playing
That's
Rec
pretty
Room.
cool. Yeah.
Ever since the bow and arrow in Rec Room, I've loved bow and arrow.
We had a
in
blast
VR.
with that. I
That
know,
was-
with
yeah,
their
the
quests and
quest.
stuff on
Yeah,
there.
that was so
Those were
cool.
great, man.
That was
We'd do
awesome.
that for hours. I'd get out of the headset and it'd be dark. It'd be 11 o'clock, and we went
Oh,
at
I
like
know.
8, you know?
Madman
It's crazy.
Bob 180 said best archery game in VR. So that's,
Really?
that's
No
good to hear.
way.
I can't wait to get into that.
Interesting. That's pretty
So,
cool.
Yeah, I
I
think
do
that mechanic just works good in VR,
Yeah.
especially the way they did that haptic feedback in Rec Room. Like I loved feeling the string pull,
You
and it would
see
vibrate
move,
just right.
Like you see everything flying by you, like the arrow and the bow
yeah,
moving
it just
too.
works.
I know.
It's just a
It
very
does.
good mechanic. Because like the thing is, like with the sword games, is that I like that mechanic and it feels good to swing, but it messes with your brain because you're seeing contact,
Sure.
but you don't feel anything.
Right.
So for me, like in some games where they do the collision stuff, and you know what I mean, like so it hits things and you see your sword stop, but your hand doesn't stop.
Right.
So I mean,
That's
I don't know
hard.
how you fix that mechanic. And I
So
don't think you
Zero
really
Caliber
can.
did that, I know, and that was the first person shooter that we played that had that. Where
It has
you actually
collisions
hit
with
stuff.
everything,
It does.
pretty
And
much.
at first I was like, I don't know,
It
that's
takes some
really
getting used
weird.
to,
It
yeah.
does.
Because your gun, like you're going around a corner, but sometimes your gun hits and it kind of like
I don't know.
twists. And
I don't
it
know if I'm
takes-
that cracked up on that.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
need
guys,
more
I mean, do you
practice
guys really
on
like
that.
it? Because to me, it feels like it takes me out. Even though a gun should not go through a wall, I get that.
Yeah,
But
in real life, if your gun hits the wall, it like jerks your arm. And you're like,
Right.
oh crap! And you can, I don't know, the
Right.
depth perception is a little bit different in real life, and
I just wish I like how it just like disappears maybe when you go into walls.
Yeah.
It becomes unusable.
I think
stuff
collisions with some things, but maybe
Sure.
just not everything.
Sure.
And I don't know, it takes some practice to.
Like that. Sure, it does. Oh, I know.
yeah.
Yeah, it all does. I mean, anything in VR does, but
Yeah, so I don't know, but I am looking forward to In Death, and check out the Steam sales because there's awesome stuff, and we are giving away
Tons.
some Steam gift cards, so it is a great time.
you guys can
to
see it on
add stuff to
on
your
the other
cart.
camera, like right in here. Those are all gift
There's-
cards on
there's
the
a bunch of
table.
games.
so,
We got
yeah.
more stuff other than just
Yeah.
that, but there
Oh
is.
yeah,
So make sure you.
that's physical stuff.
Yeah, so make sure you have your Steam pulled up for the show that's coming later. We're not going to give any of the Steam gift cards away today,
Nope.
but after the show, the after party, make sure you have that.
And we're
ready to
not
go.
we're actually not going to put up any thumbnails or anything. We're just going to roll right into it. So definitely turn on notifications, at least just for now, because we only want that kind of going out to our subs. We're not really looking to.
Yeah, we're not going to put. I mean, we won't put a direct
Right.
link to that show on Reddit or anything
Right.
because
It's
we
just
want-
a thank you.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
honestly, it is. It's a big thank you to you guys. Yeah, we're just
we just have
excited to
fun.
be
We
here
just
now.
love doing it.
So I was putting pictures on this week on our Discord. I threw some pictures up of I was printing some stuff and I was trying to get people to
Oh.
guess what it was, which is tough. I even put the drawing up and I don't even think anybody actually got it. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
But why don't you show them? Do you want to show them
You're
a little
closest
bit of
to the
that?
cam. Show. I mean, you printed this stuff.
So here's actually the part that got printed out, which is going to be hard to see there because the lighting's not the best in the world. There you go. You can get a little glimmer of it. But we can. Do you want to open? Do you want to
Yeah.
open the rest of it? We could actually probably do this. He brought it to show me, so this is what it's for. Some of you guys may know what this is. Some of you guys may have seen this.
It's Christmas.
Here's another part to it. Little quiz action for you.
I
This is
cut
not
my
part of the
finger
drawing
off,
yet,
if I cut my finger off,
unless
at least
somebody
it's
has
live.
this. Maybe it will be. It's
Somebody
not
has
that
what?
sharp. Somebody has what you're opening right now.
Oh.
And the other piece. So what I said on our Discord was it was two things that shouldn't be together, right? And nobody
It really
guessed it from
shouldn't be
there.
together,
It should
actually.
not be together. They probably hate each other, truthfully.
This is going to be hard in this limited space.
It's actually in a nice box, surprisingly. Just don't hit the microphone and blast people out. That's all I ask. Oh, come on. It's ridiculous.
I'm not
This
at
is
home.
why I don't have him
It's
over.
not my house.
Horrible. I need more coffee,
How
too.
do I open this thing? Oh, I need this back. I know, man. You've
Why
been
don't you show him the box? Why don't you show him the
tearing
box?
that thing up.
Show him the box, yo. Oh.
Yeah, so if you can see that there.
Oh, they can see it.
So this is, I've told you guys before on the Discord and stuff that I ordered this. So this is the Vive Deluxe audio strap for the Quest. So that's why Tyler said two things that aren't supposed to be together. I mean, you got
Yep.
Vive logos and stuff on your Quest. So
Yeah, Vive and Oculus,
there
man.
she is.
Ooh, that
In
actually
all-
looks pretty.
in all her glory. A lot of people have stated, and I've heard a couple people say this, that this may be the
Interesting.
best product HTC has ever made.
Yeah, that actually looks nicer than I thought. Actually, the
Yeah,
build quality
I've-
looks really good,
yeah,
too.
I've never actually seen one in person before. I've never owned one, but a Vive Deluxe audio
It
strap.
does
but
actually
yeah.
look really nice.
So these adapters, you tell them how those things work.
So they actually clip this. The Vive Deluxe audio strap clips into the brackets, and then those clip onto the Quest
so this
headset.
thing, like, clips on here.
Correct. Yeah. Yep. That's gonna
that
go
or
in.
something.
Yep. And
So normally you use Velcro.
a lot of guys were taping them on, trying to rig something.
and it
Velcro.
works. I mean, the
It
Velcro works, and that's what I was going to do. I actually bought Velcro to do this, and Tyler was like, "No, let me see if I can print something up."
Yeah, because the only issue with that would be, it's gonna pull on it. When you're putting it on and off all the time, it's gonna pull on that joint, so it's gonna want to try and rip it off essentially the whole time. Yeah, that's pretty nice
It
actually.
actually is.
So this will keep that retained, and it gives it that factory look to it. So it's just a clean, black. It'll just
Yeah,
disappear.
it's easy to take back off too. I
Yeah,
mean, it doesn't
snaps
damage.
right back off.
You don't leave sticky stuff on the.
No, and this one actually has
audio strap or
little
anything.
nubs too that it retains it too. So yeah,
so
should be
this
pretty
is
good.
The,
And that is for the buckle.
for the front, so
yep.
it'll go like up
the
here where
adapter
this
for the
goes
two
through.
straps.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's not too bad actually.
pretty
I'm
awesome. I'm
impressed.
excited about it because
Yeah.
I love my Quest, but it's just not
I
that
know.
comfortable. Like,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. It must fit my face
it's
really
everybody's
well.
different.
My
Everybody.
wife is like constantly trying to adjust it, and
Yeah.
she's not used to VR, so I understand that. But she's constantly adjusting it, moving it when she's
Well,
playing box VR.
Even
so.
one of the things with this that I hope not only is going to increase comfort in sound, but I also hope that it keeps it from moving as much, because there is that sweet spot still in the Quest, and a lot of times when I'm playing something active, it'll move a little bit out of my sweet spot, and I
Right.
have to adjust it because I don't
Yep.
feel like it just stays in play unless you really crank it down. But that's not really very comfortable
This
either.
will. This is gonna hold it nice.
So I was excited, and that I got
that
this
is
from the eBay, from the Microsoft store on eBay.
You got
and
it cheap,
it's
too, man.
$74,
Yeah,
free
that's
shipping,
awesome.
free return. So if they still have some available, it's a lot better than the $100 on Amazon or wherever else you see it.
Yeah,
so.
that's pretty cool.
So I'm actually pretty excited about that. And a gaming science teacher, she had this cool hashtag that she was saying. I think it was hashtag Quest for Comfort.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
I thought that
Yep.
was pretty cool. She's actually found that she's done a bunch of different things actually to try to find out what would be the most comfortable for her. And her latest thing was actually wearing a bandana and
yeah.
then like a hair strap thing.
that
It's like
elastic
a thick
headband.
elastic headband. Yeah,
Yep.
and she used
That
that
looked-
kind of like the studio
I
form
like
does.
that look. Yeah.
And she said that that was really comfortable for her, and it was also not too cumbersome or anything.
Right.
Like there wasn't anything that was
I need to
real
actually
crazy,
show my
so.
wife that. She probably has some of those headbands. I'm
Yeah.
sure she could try that just to keep it from falling down. It seems to
Yeah.
want to fall down on her a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah. So and actually, my wife probably uses the Quest as much or if not more than me.
Sure.
Playing box VR.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
you're in your office, you can use your other headsets
so
and stuff.
a lot of times she'll just grab it and throw it on. So I'm hoping this will be more comfortable for her as well, because she didn't like the way that it rested on her face, even though, I told her to put her ponytail through the thing and pull it down far and stuff.
Sure.
And she just never thought it was the most comfortable thing. So, she would always have the red marks on her face and stuff
yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah,
but-
people were saying about the VR cover and stuff. Yeah, we actually have VR covers. I like it with the VR cover. My wife, I don't know. She didn't seem to maybe like it as much.
Yeah.
Except I really want her to have it though, because she's working out in it and she is literally sweating doing this.
yeah.
So, for longevity wise, I really hope she gets used to it. But once she gets
Paradise
comfortable with the
Decay
headset,
didn't like the VR cover either.
he didn't
actually.
either. It just depends on how it all fits you. I mean, everyone's different, So I think they're great though. I love them. I wouldn't be without them. For longevity, my one on my CV1 still looks brand new.
Yeah, I actually don't have the VR cover for my Quest yet. You do, but
I do.
Mine
Yep.
got delayed because of the issue that they had with the way they were clipping in.
So I was looking at mine a little harder with that. It doesn't really clip into the bottom. It goes into place, But
Yeah,
I don't know. But it
fall
doesn't
out,
come
right?
out. No,
but
it doesn't
I think
come
some
out.
people's were falling out.
Might
so I
have,
think some
yeah.
people had,
Sure.
more issue than other
Sure,
people.
sure.
It seemed
I get
like
that.
I don't know, but they are fixing it. I can't wait to get it. But I'm hoping this with the VR cover will be like, a pillow on my face, and I won't have any issues.
So I had a huge issue actually with my Quest, which I don't. It kind of scared me at first.
I think it's common actually.
Do you?
I've had it.
Have you heard?
You talking about the audio thing?
Yeah, an audio issue.
So you guys can say in chat if you've had this
I know.
issue too.
I had a huge audio reverberation from the right speaker
It's
only.
like a static almost, isn't it? Like,
No, I don't
it's
know.
like
I
a
guess
buzzing
it was
kind of sound or something. That's what I had.
It kind of came in and out a little bit with just with sound.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just in box VR. So my wife was actually playing it in the living room. I was in my office working, and she was like, "Why are you messing with me?" And I'm like, What are you talking about? I'm not messing with you. I'm sitting in here, She's like, "You keep messing with my audio." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." Like, what do you mean? So I'd go out there and it all sounds perfect. I put the headset on, everything's good. And then I went to walk away and it started again. So it came and went every 30 seconds. And it just started just out of one side, just going crazy. Not crackling, but just just a buzzing almost, or like a reverberation in the speakers, what it sounded like to me. And then it would go away and it was all okay. And I don't know if it hit a different note, in the music that it started at. So what I did is I thought it was just in game. So once it started, I went out to the menu and it did it in the menu too. So I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, so Brandon said right speaker is a common problem. Was it
Sure.
your right speaker?
Yes, it was.
I can't
Yep.
remember which
It
one
was.
mine was.
It was
I
the
was
right
doing.
speaker.
I can't remember what I was playing, and I was like, "What is that?"
I know.
And I restarted it, and it went away. But
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it comes back. But hopefully, the Deluxe audio strap will take care of that too. I don't know if it'll still feed through that microphone output.
I was okay without having that, but now I'm like, you know what? Print me out some more brackets and get a head strap.
I don't know if it's the actual speakers that are messing up though, or if it's a software.
I
Because if
agree.
it's software, it's still going to come through in these speakers.
Because they have to be identical speakers left. I mean, they don't have to be, I guess.
So
but
James McLaughlin said, wasn't there right headphone issues with the CV1 as well? And that was the ribbon. They had the ribbon cable that they were having some issues with that. Luckily, neither one of us ever had an issue, knock on some wood.
No, we didn't have any. No.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of issues. Yeah.
So that kind of freaked me out. But honestly, I did a full restart on it. And it worked, and it didn't do it again.
So that's what everybody else is saying. It went away on restart.
It did. So to me,
Madman
that says
Bob
it's
Mulvaney
software
said
side.
that.
To me, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you would think so. So
yeah.
hopefully that's just something that can be patched in an update. If that's the issue, then
That's
they
my
should
thought.
be able to patch it in an update.
Yeah.
I mean, it would probably be better to be that than an actual speaker problem
Sure.
because
Oh,
then
absolutely.
you're going to have to send it back or whatever.
Yeah, then
else
you
they're
got
gonna have
returns
to,
and stuff, yeah. But,
So,
I mean, you would think they would have fixed that already if it was, that widespread.
I don't know.
I guess you don't know. I mean-
Paradise Decay did mention the software update for Rift S again
Yes.
with the tracking.
Yes,
And
we were
haven't
talking
got to
about
try
that.
that. We've been crazy busy
Yep.
these past couple days, and Tyler messed his back up really bad, so he's been
Yeah, I actually
having some
herniated
walking
a
issues.
disc a couple days ago. I'm lucky to be sitting here vertical, probably.
Yeah,
but-
so I mean, he was real bad the other day. He was
Yeah.
texting me like, "Dude, I don't know what's going
yeah,
on."
my spine was offset 6 inches, and it freaked me out because that's the
Yeah.
first that's ever happened. So,
Yeah, so
a little
we
weird.
haven't got to try the new update for the Rift S, so hopefully that does fix a lot of issues, because I did have some tracking, especially using a gun stock with the Rift S, and surprisingly with the Quest I didn't have a whole lot of
Right.
the tracking seemed to be pretty good.
I think it's better.
I
don't know why. I think
maybe
it's
the
better.
camera, because that is one nice thing about the Cosmos is it is going to have that other sensor angled down, and hopefully that will help with the first person shooters, because
Sure.
the Rift S has the extra one on top,
Correct.
but that's not going to help you in a first person shooter game,
Nope.
unless you're reaching behind your back for something.
There
or something
is
like
some
that, but-
different in. I can't think what it is right now, but there is some difference in the tracking between the Quest and the Rift S. I can't think what it was right now off the top of my head, but there was something that's a little bit different between the two. I don't know if it was the
just
cameras,
the tracking volume
maybe the
and stuff. Because
something. Yeah,
well, you do have the fifth camera on the Rift
Yeah,
S.
not
that you
that. No,
don't-
like the
yeah.
build of the camera, maybe.
Yeah,
not
I'm
how
not
many,
sure.
but yeah.
I mean,
there's
even
something.
the picture quality of the pass through is a little bit different, but that
Correct.
might be because it's coming from PC instead of a mobile chip. But
That's
yeah,
true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it might
But-
just have to do with the power of the PC that you're having
Yeah,
better
I
different
heard
tracking,
mixed
but-
stuff about the updates, but you said you heard some good stuff that you
I
read
heard
and
really
stuff,
good
so
stuff.
that's
yeah.
good.
I
That's
heard
good to
really
hear.
good. I mean, I even saw some video of somebody using the back hand, and I think that might have been on our Discord, and had it really close to the headset. And
Sure.
my issue is that when I would use it, I tried to put it out a little bit, but a lot of times, if I was holding steady, I would get some movement in my back, and that's totally throwing off your aim. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure it
if
is.
you're here to here, even if your front hand doesn't move, it's still gonna change the
It
direction,
does.
the path.
Yeah, the
but-
angle absolutely does.
So supposedly that's increased that's helped a lot. So
Yeah, I think it will. I think any improvement is a good improvement
Yeah.
for it. But actually, when I was doing a little setup yesterday in streaming, which I talked about. Somebody was asking, I forget who it was. I think it might have been James McLaughlin. I think said, what would be if I had to make an instant decision between buying a Rift S, a Quest, and having $200 to spend, or buying an index. Which would I do? Right, immediately. What would I do if I had 2 plates sitting in front of me? Which one would I choose essentially?
So wait a minute, a Rift S and a Quest.
Rift S,
plus
Quest,
$200
to spend on software, whatever.
Or an index. Are you new to VR or are you a veteran?
That was my
You know
point.
what I mean?
That's what I told
If you're new
him.
to VR, then you go the Quest and
go
the
the
Rift
bundle.
S and the $200. I mean,
Absolutely.
for sure. But if you're been
you
around it
have
for a while and
something-
you're kind of hardcore.
Yeah, if you have a CV1, I would say go index. I don't know. To
Yeah.
me, I say if you go from a a Vive Pro, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't even know
almost
about a
think
Vive Pro, but
an index and a Quest is a better combination than an index and a Rift S because the Quest.
well,
I
agree,
love the
but
mobile aspect
that's
of
not
the wireless.
that's not on the
I know, that's
table.
not the question.
No, that's not on the table, man. No.
I don't know.
I know. That's
Yeah.
ultimately that's my setup was going to be Quest and an index. That's
keep your CV1. You still would have had CV1
sure.
too.
Yeah, CV1.
Yeah.
But for me, I like outside
Outside in.
Yeah, I mean,
For
I
the
just
shooters.
right
But you
for
haven't
shooters.
tried this new update yet.
I agree.
I mean, it's
agree.
never going to be as good as outside in. I mean, no
I
matter
know.
what you do,
It's not.
for certain games.
It's not.
I mean, you do have different occlusion factors when you go.
Sure.
But I don't know. So I mean,
And lighting, every once in a while I get a lot of
Yeah.
light coming in. You can see the window behind
yeah,
off
the
Sean's
lighting
shoulder there, but
never affected. I mean, for the CV1, you could use that in low light. You know what I mean? Where
no,
the
I had
Rift
an
S-
issue with direct sunlight coming in because it
Yeah,
was
but that's a little
infrared.
different.
Yeah, so that's the
Yeah.
only time if I had the sunset and it was just coming in that far window over there and it was directly
It would
coming in,
mess up
it
a
would
little
throw
bit,
it off
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, so I'd have to put something over or put a shade up or something. But
Yeah, I don't know. So that's a hard
yeah,
question.
I know that is tough. But honestly, for me, I guess if you have a headset, I'd go index.
Yeah.
If you don't and you're new to VR, I'd go with everything Oculus. Just for ease of setup, for ease of
Money
learning.
wise, it's definitely a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And you can't even get the index.
And
right
you've
now,
got
so-
software,
Well,
and
it's hard to get the
and
Oculus
really,
stuff,
you're
too.
not getting any special software with the index.
No.
There's nothing really out there that you are buying an index just for. You know what I mean?
I mean, the controllers are different, but there's not a whole lot of stuff that's really going to take
Right.
full
But game
advantage of those. We
experience
don't know
wise,
yet,
what
but-
is there?
So
You know
there
what I
is
mean?
one actually that just came out.
I know.
And they actually reached out to us, and this is called hand-to-hand combat, and it was built pretty much with the index in mind. And I think this isn't very expensive on Steam. You can check this out. It's pretty reasonably priced. And he reached out to us and just said, take a look at this. He knew I was getting an index and stuff, and I told him I'm going to check it out for sure as soon as I get home and I can get the index on. But it takes advantage of there's actually a part where you can actually make a gun with your fingers.
That's kind of
and
cool.
shoot, and it'll shoot.
Yeah,
it'll shoot
that's a
the
trippy
gun.
thing. Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of just something to test out the index controllers with, try something different. So we wanted to put that out there. For people that did get the index and wanted to try. So I mean, there's tons of stuff
It
everybody
looks
wants
like
to try
there's
right now,
destruction in it too. Actually, it
Yeah.
looks like. I thought there were. Yeah, right
but,
there.
yeah, like that wall. So I haven't
Yeah.
been in this yet. So I mean,
That's awesome.
and you got the Spider-Man webs.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's a lot of different aspects to this game that I'm looking forward to kind of
That's
checking out.
actually be something probably good too to throw somebody new, maybe to learn controls a little bit to play
Yeah.
around with. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
So there he's shooting out of his fingers. So you can make your hands launch off. I mean, there's a
I like
lot
the
of really
golden eye
cool
look
stuff.
too a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
It is. That's cool.
So that's actually. I mean, I don't remember on Steam how much this was. I think
Looks
it
like
was.
I said to you too. It looks like first person Holoception too a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So I need to see if I can find this. I think if I remember correctly, the price was like $3 or something. But I don't want to say that if I'm not right.
Wasn't it
but
$4.49 or
maybe.
something like that? I think.
So it is $4.49. You're right. Yeah, it's $4.49. It's 10% off right now. So it's $4.49.
Yep.
So I mean that's pretty cheap if you just want to go and check this out.
Yeah. What was it? I think he said something to you. It was like 50 cents a finger or something like that.
Yeah. No, it's less than $1 a finger. So.
Well, yeah, it's less than
Yeah,
that even.
for
actually.
one hand.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny. But so I mean, it's a good deal. Something
Sure
to
it
check
is.
out that's a little bit different than what
Absolutely.
we're used to seeing. And,
Oh, yeah.
And check out them index controllers and see what you think.
Yeah, I'm
If
curious to
if
see
we
what
can call
people
them.
are going to do. Different
Do we call them index controllers or do we call them
knuckles and I don't know. What are
I
they
feel like
listed
on
as
that
on their
thing.
page?
Well, I feel like on that thing from Valve when they had like their launch party.
I
like,
wanted to talk to you about that
Gabe
too. By the way.
Newell actually. Didn't he call them Knuckles though? I'm pretty sure he called them Knuckles a couple times. Like, so they're still calling them Knuckles.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Which I think they should be called knuckles because you can buy them separately. So I don't think they should be called index controllers unless they were
Yeah.
bundled with the headset.
I'm
maybe,
sure
but-
it's something with the marketing department. That
So
said we need to do
I was
this, but-
watching, that you actually sent me the link to their release party at Valve, and I couldn't believe what I actually heard inside
Yeah,
of
and
that.
actually, somebody just caught. So go ahead.
I was listening very closely, and the one thing I was super excited at, I think it was Gabe that said it, was I heard the words untethered index, and I lit up. I'm like, that's my dream right there.
So XX Silver XX says, as good as the index sounds, my concerns are that wirelessly tethered is just around the corner. So wireless VR is just around the corner. But I think
Yeah.
that's something they've been working on. They acquired
Absolutely.
a company a while back that actually ended up getting purchased out by somebody else later. But they've been working on it. I think it's definitely something that they're going to do with the Index. I just don't know when.
I don't think they would have included that front module in the Index and the front for no reason. You know what I mean?
Well, they have plans for that.
They do.
We've heard
I
from
know.
a couple other people of
Absolutely.
devs that have said
Yep.
there are plans for that. They're just
Sure.
not talking about it yet. So
Sure there is.
it's not just like, I mean, it's going to be open to the modding community as well, but they have their own plans for that as well that we don't know.
But
for
I mean,
sure
you
what
could
that is.
flush mount a wireless adapter in there, no problem. I mean, look at the wireless adapters you can buy that are USB plug-in for your computer. Would
Right.
go right into that. Same size, so why couldn't they? So, yeah, I mean,
I
it
think
needs
it'll
some
come.
battery pack too, but, you
And
know,
the other thing you got to
there's
think
other
about
stuff.
is that if they would have included wireless with the Index is already expensive. I mean, it's $1,000 for the full kit.
Absolutely.
So if they include the wireless as well, you know, you're looking at an extra
Yeah.
$300 or
People would've
$400
laughed at
maybe.
it.
So it would have
Right.
been like, man, now you're looking at close to a $1,500 by
Sure.
the time you pay taxes and everything else. So
Absolutely.
it would have made it harder to get into it initially. And you don't have to have
does.
wireless. And maybe not
No.
everybody wants wireless. So it makes sense to do that as an add-on product
Absolutely.
later, I think.
I think anything modular is great
Yeah.
because if I'm just a racing sim, what do I care about being wireless?
Right.
I wouldn't even know that the wire's there if I just sat there in a chair. So what's it
Right.
matter, you know? So
Yeah.
absolutely. No, it's great.
I
That was
don't-
pretty cool to watch actually. That the release party.
yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That
I'm
was
glad
pretty
somebody
cool.
put that video out there. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it was
they
hard to
wanted it
hear
out, but-
because he didn't use the mic.
No.
Like Gabe didn't use the mic. The guy before him was using a microphone, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to use the mic." And then it's like, "What is he saying?" Like, so I
know.
had to like crank it up and hold it close to my ear on my phone to really hear him. But
Good stuff though.
it was
I
kind
know.
of cool to see behind the scenes, you know. But
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I wasn't
so-
invited to that party though.
yeah, for real. So I don't think we're really going to see wireless built into VR until they get that technology out there for a little while and they
Well,
can
sure.
get that price point down. You know,
Well, they
once
have
we
to
can-
perfect it too. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't release something that has lag or has issues.
And the other
with
good thing about
battery.
an add-on item is that you're not stuck with it. So if they
Right.
release the Index with wireless, and then the technology all of a sudden gets way better, you know, I would rather have it to where I can pull off this wireless adapter and get the newest, latest, greatest one that's 10 times better and use that too. You
Sure.
know what I mean? I would rather have the modular ability, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, so somebody was just talking about all the Samsung stuff, having like the curved OLED panels and stuff.
Yeah, I think we're still going to be getting some from Samsung. I mean,
I've been
Samsung's
talking
in
about
the
that for a
game.
while now, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
they
mean,
just-
Samsung needs to.
They need to get away from the Windows Mixed Reality
Sure they do.
1. Unless they're going to do a version 2 of the Windows Mixed Reality, they need to either do their own thing or hopefully we get a version 2.
I think they would be dumb to stay with WMR just because they have all the power to do their own stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do. I don't know why they don't.
I mean,
really
it
don't.
already has the Steam compatibility and everything, but I'm sure it can be done. And I don't know what they'll do, but we need either a version 2 or something.
Sure.
That's the biggest drawback of even the Odyssey Plus. You know, you have great screens and everything, and a lot of people really love them, but you got those controllers and the tracking that is subpar, especially to today's standard.
I know. Yeah, it's
So-
hard. Except for me, you know, it feels like every headset is pushing towards the inside-out tracking. I'm not like that. I like it. I do. Don't get
For
me
the
wrong.
Quest, it's great.
For the Quest and
Yeah.
stuff like that, it's awesome. But for my daily driver, no way.
Throwing around
No
the daily
freaking
driver again. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like for some people, it makes sense. Like especially Paradise Decay.
Sure.
He loves the Rift S
Yep.
and the tracking because he
He
only
does,
had 2
yeah.
cameras before with the CV1, so he
Oh,
would
true.
lose some tracking and stuff. So this he can spin all around his room. I mean, he loves the Rift S, and I
totally
do
get
too.
that.
I really like it too. But I do think that, and hopefully this new update takes care of some of the issues we
Sure.
had. We don't know yet. So
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
yeah.
I
And
don't know.
Paradise Decay also said there is a second video with an employee right next to Gabe, and you can hear
Yeah,
it better.
yeah, I heard that.
I haven't
yeah.
seen that one. Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that it was out there. But I caught everything
Yeah.
from the other one. I was listening to it when it was quiet. So,
Yeah,
but
so Drurillo said wireless Vive Pro plus Knuckles is a pretty dope place in VR to be. So that's a pretty good
know.
combination.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, anything. I love wireless. Again, you know, I've been saying this for years. I think I said it when CV1 came out. Like,
Yeah.
I just want this setup wireless, and I would be
Yep.
a happy camper. So.
Yin Sing 418 said try the Rift S update and get back to us, and we'll have to do that. You know, what I mean, we'll have
That's
to,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to try that
That's
out. 'Cause,
awesome.
Unfortunately, time has been pretty crazy lately,
Yeah,
but things
that's-
will calm down once my move gets done and going out of town and
Sure.
everything else. It'll calm down a little bit. And
You want some more coffee?
Sure.
I'm not gonna fill it up. What if I look like?
What? I mean, you offered
he
me
come-
more coffee.
Well, I was handing it to you. I'm not. I mean, you come over. And,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
if I spill the coffee all over everything, that's a problem. If you do it, it's like, hey,
I'm not paying for it.
it wasn't me that did it. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I do have a question for everybody in the video. So, what is the current first weapon in Holoception? Answer that one on the Discord.
Yep. So I was just gonna say we should probably get to that.
I wasn't even gonna say anything.
So
Nope.
if you did join late, just answer that in the Discord. This is for a beta key of Holoception for the Vive wand. So you need to have a Vive. They want to get some feedback on the beta with those controllers. So a lot of people were upset that they couldn't get into it right away when we announced it last week for some beta keys for Oculus. So now is your chance. So answer that question. We have 3 more to give away on the show that's going to be after this.
Yep,
so.
we do. Yep, but
Did anybody get the first one? I didn't even look.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been watching.
It's too hard to keep up with all this stuff.
But yeah, again, the question was, what's the first weapon in Holoception that you get in the game, and not your fist? Not your fist. That's not a weapon. Well, it is, I guess.
Oh, so somebody already got it.
Nice.
Yeah, somebody did say so. Little Nutmeg did say fist, but
Yep.
So Death got it with the bat.
There you go with the bat.
He already got it. He was the first one.
Yep. That's awesome. Could have been. I don't know.
That was the first one.
Yep. So you guys probably will get contacted. Either I'll grab them together, or the guys from Holonautic are going to contact you if I don't forward your names and stuff to them. So do keep an eye out for that inside of Discord. They'll direct message you. Yeah.
And make sure you sign up for the Gleam link that's in the description too. That'll be after the show.
Yeah, which actually we're gonna end at a certain point. For the Gleam giveaway, but we're probably gonna do that during our show.
Stop rambling. Then we got a ton of stuff to talk about.
Okay, we'll keep going, man.
So one of the things was Meat Fortress. So we had Anton Hand on our Coffee and VR 2 episodes ago, I believe, which was awesome. We loved having him on there. So his Meat Fortress update did come out, I think, Friday, and that is with the Team Fortress 2 weapons and stuff like that. And we have not got a chance to do that update either. Like I said, I was traveling all day Friday, so I'm not at home, but Tyler screwed his back up. So we will get into that for sure. I'm looking forward to that. So we can show you the trailer because if you haven't seen this yet, we did show it.
I think, was this the, do we have the trailer too? I think we have do we have it with the trailer or just gameplay?
I don't know.
I think it was just gameplay, but I could be wrong.
No, I had the trailer.
Did you? Okay.
I don't know where it went.
Yeah, it's probably in your other one. I don't know.
I don't think I put it in here.
Way too much stuff in here.
So yeah, I didn't put it in here. But anyways, that is out. And I had a clip too that I wanted to show that was of him. I forget what he called it now, but basically putting something down and it blew up and it threw him off into the thing.
Why don't you grab it? Yeah, you can grab it. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So it does look really cool. The weapons look amazing. And I love that you can which I don't want to spoil it just because I know you were wanting to show it, but what you can do with the weapons and just the integration of all the weapons with the syringes inside that canister are unbelievable. That looks so cool. I'm that's super,
that's
super
one
cool.
of the things that I'm excited about.
Yep. I know you got it. There you go. Nice.
But it doesn't open in this window, remember?
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, whatever. Just make it, switch it back. You're good. Like you gotta show it to him. Come on, man. Get out of the studio. There you go. There you go.
It should have audio as well. This is the trailer.
Yeah. Okay. I just like the fact you can burn hot dogs with the flamethrower.
Oh, that's awesome. So if anybody in the chat has been in this, let us know.
Yeah, a lot of people said they were picking this up too after we showed it the last time, or I think when Anton was on.
Yeah, H3VR. So this is hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. This is a free add-on to that game. I love the rocket jump.
And a lot of people hadn't heard of it because it's not on the new releases, but if you look on VRLFG, it's literally in the top 5 every single day. It's crazy
this game has
people
been
playing
out
it.
for a long time,
There's
actually.
only one appropriate way to go
That's awesome.
into combat.
It's so cool what you can do with these weapons. That's awesome. And this is actually Anton playing. So this is in one of his devlogs on his channel.
He does a devlog every Friday, so if you want to watch the full video.
Air control. You might have noticed it there. I'm going to blast jump over here and then arc myself a little bit.
It's so awesome.
Wonderful.
It's so cool what you can do.
I love it.
My favorite is there's a guy who does He's got a huge YouTube channel on it now, but he does just like reloads and stuff of weapons. He makes videos in H3VR just like reloading.
Yeah, there's a lot of tutorials.
Oh, it's so cool.
You need to watch, because this game there's so much inside this game that there's a lot to learn. So he even told us on the show he recommends watching some tutorials to figure out how to change all the settings, how to reload all the weapons, because the weapons are like real to life. You know what I mean? Like the way they reload, the way, I mean, it's so if you know how to reload an actual weapon that you're using in the game, you'll be able to reload it. But it's still, you need to watch the tutorials. There's a lot to learn.
I don't think I reload my flamethrower the same way though.
Yeah, I don't know about my syringe gun.
Yeah, not those ones. But same thing with like Holoception. We did actually, the Holonautics asked us to do a voiceover for their tutorial and stuff. And if you guys are going to get into that, if you guys did get these codes, are getting into it, definitely watch that. Just
it does help a little bit.
Yeah,
we may do
a
a more in-depth tutorial at some point in time, but that's just for the beta testers, really, because nobody else,
We really want like a final version and do maybe a really good tutorial and stuff for you guys. It helps you just get in the action a little quicker. That's all.
So somebody asked, is H3VR only single player? It is a single player only game. The whole game is single player. But I mean, the thing is, there's so much in that game to do. You could stay busy for
and the AI inside of it runs like a multiplayer, but the AI inside of it too is actually really smart and intuitive.
The AI is good.
Yeah, so it's not like, it really doesn't feel as much like a single player game, I guess. So
So I mean, but it's been out for a long time, and he updates it all the time. Just like this is a free update, so there's constantly new things being added, constantly new stuff. So make sure you check it out, and the reviews on that game are phenomenal.
Greg's VR wants him to add hands. Wants Anton to add hands into it.
Some people say that, but that's it.
I know. Some guys, I mean, I don't know. We like hand animations inside of it. It gives you a little, I don't know, better.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
It won't happen. No, it won't happen. But
I mean,
for us personally,
it does have index support, too, for the index controllers. A lot of different things, that it'll show those in the game instead of the Vive ones, stuff like that. There's a lot of other things.
Yeah, actually, I had somebody asking us, I forget where it was. I don't know if it was our Discord or on one of our shows, but they said, I know who it was, a guy that just got a headset. He said he had the new touch on the Rift S, and he was in game, and he said the hoops don't line up. Like up top.
Oh, yeah, because it's the old animation.
And I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't line up? You mean like your hands don't line up with where the controllers are showing? And he said, no, there's a hoop that's in the wrong place. And I'm like, oh, because nobody switched over any of the.
Yeah, so the animation is going to show the old CV1 controllers, the touch controllers, and
took
not
me
the
a second to catch that too. I'm like, But
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know, crazy.
So what else we got to get? One thing that I actually saw that I never knew about, and this is the Nat Geo app on the Quest.
Right.
I've never even really looked into this. I've never been inside of it. And somebody said that there is basically a kayak simulator inside there.
I look at it all the time, and I'm tempted to pick this up, and I haven't.
Inside the Nat Geo is a kayak. I mean, and there's a lot of stuff I guess you can do in this, and I haven't been inside this game at all. Maybe I need to give a look to it. But, I mean, this actually looks a lot of fun because you can basically free roam, from what I can tell, in a kayak in the ocean. I think there's whales, there's different wildlife that happens, and it's actually really cool. So I don't know if anybody in chat has actually played this or anything.
The water looks really good. There were parts where, the kayak was like cutting through the water and had like ripples and stuff, it looked like. It does.
So
it
I
looks
look forward
really good.
to that Phantom Covert Ops on the Quest, and that was a shooter inside a kayak, so that's what made me really be interested in this. I was like, I kind of want that kayak experience in the Quest.
I know some guys have had their hands on that too, and it does. It looks really good. Yeah, it does.
So we look forward to checking that one out.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, if it's just like this, basically, but with a gun,
but
I'm
you
all
got
in.
guns, that's pretty cool.
Except that one's probably a little bit more, it's a more of a rail game, but it still does look really fun.
Yeah, no, it looks awesome. So you can see there was a
whale
that was
there.
jumping in the water and stuff. There's some different wildlife.
Cool.
So it looks cool. I mean, it looks interesting. I don't remember how much this game was.
Yeah, I was just going to ask. Do you remember how much it was?
I can't remember. No. We could look. I think it's like, I mean, I don't think anything is cheaper than $10 on the, other than the free stuff.
Yeah, all this stuff coming out seems to be at like that 15 price point, maybe. I don't know, for like the better stuff, $14.99 or something like that, which I don't know, that might be their go-to. But what was Beat Saber? Beat Saber was more than
30.
Yeah, it was 29, I thought, wasn't it?
I think so. On the Quest you're talking about?
Yeah, that's like their high-end games.
So it's $10. It's $9.99. So National Geographic is $9.99.
That's cool.
On the Quest.
Yeah, that's
so
an
it's
easy
not
pickup.
terrible.
No,
Yeah.
Nope.
And there seems to be some pretty fun content. And I'm wondering if so gaming science teacher said need to check this one out as well. So she actually has been doing quite a few Quest videos, which I've been watching. It's actually really, really good material she's been putting out there to watch. And I like seeing other people's reactions to some game, you know, because mine are different than some people. So I like to see what other people think about a game and what they do in the game sometimes.
Absolutely.
Just to see a playthrough, because people play a game differently than I do.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I watch other people's stuff and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that, or
I
I didn't even realize that was there. I never noticed that.
I can
So
run
think
through and
it's
get
kinda cool.
distracted by a butterfly or something and stare at it for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
so
But-
Paradise Decay said that Covert Ops game has won some VR awards for best show at E3, and I did
Yeah.
see that, which is really
Yep,
cool.
I agree.
I saw that, I think, on their Twitter they were talking about, or somebody was talking
It
about
does
that.
look. It does look really good, and it looks easy for somebody to get into too. Like
Yeah.
just first VR game. So,
So
'cause you
Jim
don't have
Hall
motion.
said about that Nat Geo that it's kind of short, but there are more experiences coming.
That's
so if
cool.
they keep updating it, that'd
Sure.
be pretty cool. So
Yeah, absolutely. it
yeah.
is.
So that's awesome.
Yep. What else you got? You got your notes? I don't have mine up.
Why not?
'Cause
So
I
did
was
we
in
talk
chat,
about the
man.
Pro Tube? So I think we talked a little bit about the
Yeah,
Pro Tube,
just a
but
little.
I did get the cups in for the Rift S and the Quest. They're a little bit different than the CV1, because I had the cups for the CV1, but they're a little bit different, and they don't. The
Right.
Rift S and the Quest controllers don't fit right in the CV1 cups.
Right.
So we did get the new cups,
It's
and
close,
that's
but-
actually been pretty awesome, because the cups do fit the controllers.
Which that's too bad. Why, when they're that close, why would they not just copy the same?
I don't think it's on
handle?
their end. It's on Oculus end, because
That's what I'm
Oculus,
saying.
yeah,
Oculus,
they changed
Oculus, not-
the
yeah, yeah.
dimensions a little bit, but they don't
Oh, yeah.
care about people with gun stocks. I don't care. I mean, that's not even
I
something
know, but
they don't
just
sell
just
them, but
familiarity. I can't
familiarity.
say. I can't speak
yeah,
today.
Whatever.
But just in that feeling of grabbing something and it's the same thing. Just
But
like
I mean, they do pretty much feel the same in your hand. I
They
mean, you
didn't
don't
to
really.
me.
No, I mean,
no.
they feel a little bit cheaper to me, but the overall
they're more wandish. They don't have as much of that
curve and stuff.
Yeah, has that
it's not
curve
a-
in it.
They're not as curvy.
I like it
Yeah.
curvy.
Oh boy.
But I
Anyways.
mean, to me, it just really,
Yeah,
I don't know. Why
and
wouldn't
Greg's
they?
VR
But-
also got those, and I think he's done some videos on them too. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool. And I really need to figure out what I need to do for the Index, because I want gun stock for the Index. So I think
Sure.
I'm probably going to go ahead and try to get the Mag Tube cups from Pro Tube for the Index, since
Oh.
I already have that stock. I
Nice.
want to go that route, and I also want to
Sure.
try the Mammut.
That's what
I want to
try.
do the Mammut as well with those, and I'm really looking forward to with those. I think it'll be a good, because right now I can't use my Mammut touch controller grips that keep the controller on your hand. I can't use those with the current gun stock setup. So I'm looking forward to being able to have Index
leave 'em.
controllers that stay on my hand, so that I can run a shooter, but I can grab a grenade and chuck it, open
Yep.
my hand, and
That's
keep
what I want.
rolling. You know,
I
what I mean,
know.
that's what I think is cool, and that it just adds to the immersion a little
The
bit.
only thing is just, because tracking, because now it's on top. So you are going to block. But with the Index, they are, do have a lot of it out to the side for tracking. So maybe it won't.
And I mean, you
but-
have the outside in tracking with the Index.
Well, that's what I mean, though. But
yeah,
yeah, it's.
the 2.0 base stations. Hopefully,
Right.
it works out pretty good.
I know with a lot of those gun stocks with like the CV1 and stuff, it kind of blocked, a lot of that for tracking. So I don't think
Yeah.
with the Index, I don't think it will as much, just because they're a little taller too.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But
So
we'll see.
I want to try both. Really,
know.
I do want to try both and see how it works. But I just can't wait to get inside the Index when I
Yeah,
get
I
home
know.
on Monday. I will try it on Monday. I will have it on my face.
I still can't believe we just hit 1,000 subs, man.
I know that's awesome.
You realize it's only been 2 months of us basically sitting here?
Yeah, we've
Like,
had this channel for a while, but we haven't really pushed anything until we started doing the Coffee and VR show.
Sure.
That was when we kind of tried to get more people involved and chat and talk to us and stuff. But it's been awesome. It's been
It has been.
I can't wait to keep. I mean, we just love doing it. So
I know.
I
I
can't
can't,
wait
wait
to-
to try the Index, truthfully.
well, you're gonna have to. So this is what
Thank
we're gonna
you,
have to do.
Steve.
Well, if you don't get that one, you're gonna
Oh, I
have to
am.
get down to Virginia here pretty soon. We're gonna do another one of these shows together where you can try that out and stuff. And also
Sure.
with this,
We
with-
talked about doing that, actually.
yeah, we need to do that
Yeah.
for sure. So with the Deluxe audio strap, I think we're gonna try to put a video out of that too after the show at some point using the stuff that he 3D printed. So I'm really curious to see how this works out. So
I mean, yeah, it was a little tough to print just because I had to run a bunch of supports, because you guys can see this is the underside. There's a huge bridge underneath it for the other strap. So it was a little not difficult to print. I mean, I didn't have to do it by hand, but
Yeah.
you really do have to know your settings for it. But
yeah, and he also printed me something else that was pretty cool for the case that I used.
did.
Maybe we'll probably show that on the show after this.
Yep.
Because we won't have any notes or anything. We're just gonna randomly.
yeah.
So I might have to pick me up a 3D printer, man. There's so
Yeah,
much
there you go.
stuff.
That actually, you can see, if you hold that one up, you can actually see all the supports. You
In
can
the
get your
middle.
hand up there, it'll change focus. But
I
yeah,
don't know how to do all these fancy.
I know.
cameras.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot
run
of
cheap
supports.
cameras and
It's all right.
all
You'll
this
get there.
expensive
You'll get there,
Stream
man.
Deck stuff.
I know. That's what I was talking about to Steve. Steve wanted to sell me his Index. I'm like, dude, I just spent a ton of money.
Yeah.
This mic's all brand new. I went out and bought a really good mic because when the Holonautic guys actually wanted us to do a voiceover, I didn't like it. I finished it, sent it to him, and I'm like, nope, not having it. So
wanted a better mic.
I went straight to a place, that sells microphones and stuff, and bought one. So Yeah, I wasn't happy with it. So we're like constantly upgrading all of our stuff, you know, as we go, but it's kind of.
And I'll have to do a whole new setup with the new house, which is I'm really looking forward to, because right now, the house that we own right now is the VR room is the smallest room in the house, and it's not a big room at all.
Right.
And I have, you know, a little tiny desk set up, and then now we're trying to do this stream stuff from a little tiny desk, where I look forward to having a room that's a little bit bigger, that I can have a bigger desk with a little more real estate, and then a better play area too.
Sure.
You know, especially with the Quest and stuff now, and if we get a wireless adapter for the Index, the ability to have a bigger play space is going to be awesome.
Yeah, so I did that. So originally I was using the desk behind me, where you see my steering wheel, printer, all that stuff, which was great. Had a pretty wide monitor, you know, desktop monitor. But I actually decided, and we kind of gave you guys a little bit of glimpse of it over here, is it's a fold-out desk that folds up into a closet. And the whole thing folds away and gives me space, you know, when I need it. Yeah, so it works pretty good. Again, you know, if I had a bigger room, I would probably have a serious, you know, setup. So
I'll probably need some help with my setup and some tips. So I'll be looking forward to that on the Discord and stuff. So
yeah, it is. Everyone, it's really cool to see all the pictures too, because when everyone sends us their coffee mugs and mug shots, you get to see all their like backgrounds and like.
And there's
what
also
they had
people that
was.
show their sim racing setup. We just had some of those yesterday. People have. I'm really impressed with some people's setups. So it's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, the who was it that they had a sim racing, and they had the setup for like the Hodas and everything for Elite Dangerous. So. Yeah, it's crazy, all the setups, which I have a set too, but you know, I just leave them over in the side. I don't really put them on my desk, but yeah, it's really cool, all the stuff. What was that one? There was a game that had the so inside you could actually move all the controls. It was a type of space sim.
We showed that on the show, and I can't think of the name.
Long time ago now, but yeah. I'm trying to think what that was even called. We wouldn't have footage from it, but
no, I don't have it.
No, we wouldn't. But it's that was really cool, where you could actually locate things inside, you know, of your vision, where you had it in real life. So if you had different control sticks, you could literally move it in VR to right where it was. So when you reached out to grab it, it was literally there, you know, in VR and in person, which I thought that was super cool. So you could make panels for buttons. The guy had a fan in the game, in the one we had, and he actually put a fan inside VR and showed it like on and blowing and stuff.
Yeah, you could actually like push the button in VR and the fan would kick on or something.
That's pretty cool.
I can't remember how it worked, but it was awesome.
Yeah, that is.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that kind of stuff in the future.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we'll get a lot more of that stuff.
Do we have any? Are there any future, like, what do we know game wise that's coming out now? Has there been anything confirmed this last week? I'm trying to think. I've been so busy this last week, but I know we're getting Defector on the 11th. So Defector is getting released on the 11th. I can't wait for that. And supposedly Revive works good with the Index. So I'm going to have to for sure get Revive, because I want to see some of these games in the Index for sure. So I know, man. So yeah, I can't wait to do that. Yeah, actually, we have no experience with Revive, and I don't think you do either.
No.
So yeah, we'll have to. Is that? I mean, do you guys know in chat too, or if you're watching this after, let us know in the comments. But is that just like a plug and play deal? I mean, is it just like run it in Steam and you know it works?
Yeah, I mean, you still have to have Oculus, because it still runs through Oculus, and then it goes through Revive.
Sure, which we always have running anyways if we run stuff. I mean,
on
Steam.
Oculus, you have to.
Yeah. So yeah, really doesn't put any more load on the computer.
So you got any other notes we haven't went over?
Let me see. Everyone just probably wants to get to the giveaway section.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
True that.
Launch party now. I think that's
just about all.
Pretty
The
close.
only other thing
the Sorrento Virr.
Yeah, that is.
That was the one I was thinking of that was coming out. Yeah.
And we also got Penn and Teller. We also got Penn and Teller that got released, and I actually bought that.
Did you? I want to play that.
I have
looks
that.
Really good.
So I have that on the Quest. I just haven't put it on yet, but I did bring the Quest with me, obviously. So that is going to be one.
What was in the title? I should look. Wasn't it like FUUUU or something
like that? Yeah.
Which I couldn't believe Oculus actually allowed. Truthfully,
yeah, I know.
Being that they're being the big parent they are, but
yeah, pretty much.
It's crazy. It's kind of funny though. I'm glad they allowed it though, because they need a little bit of humor.
Republic VR is coming. That's on pre-order on the Quest store. Penn and Teller is available now, and it says Penn and Teller VR FUUUAU. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy for the Oculus store.
I know. I couldn't believe that when I saw that too. That's pretty amazing.
And Sorrento out now? Sorrento VR is out now.
It is. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We also got Richie's Plank Experience, which we got to download that. We need to do that after this.
Oh my gosh,
because I got to get in Richie's Plank Experience on the Quest.
I'm going to go pull a 2x6 out of my garage or something. We're going to try
that's what we got to do. There's also Anne Frank house on VR, and that was on the Oculus store before and available for PC VR, but now it is on the Quest. And that's something I think that my wife and stuff would enjoy. Sure. So I'm going to pick that up. And
how much is that one?
It's free, I believe. Yeah, it's free.
Nice.
So,
Interesting. Yeah. Stuff like that's great. I mean, just to try.
I'm
So
just glad that we're
I'm down.
getting some quest stuff coming out because
I know.
I want it to keep rolling. Keep getting good stuff coming. I'm sure they have stuff lined up.
That
so.
kayak shooter, that's on the quest, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be awesome.
So that'll be
that's
pretty
really
good.
cool.
So.
You actually played a good bit of Pavlov.
Yeah. On the quest,
Which you with your new gun stock and stuff, you tried it.
Yeah.
And honestly, from all the footage I saw from you playing, it didn't look like you lost tracking.
No, the tracking
At all?
worked
I mean,
really good. I was impressed for
Right.
being on the quest, and even visually. I mean, the game. I mean, obviously it's a downgrade from the PCVR, but
Right,
it looks
sure.
good. I mean, and it played good. I mean, there's not a whole lot of online lobbies right now, and the ones that were on there were all full, so I had to wait a
Sure.
little while to get into one. But it's still just a side-loaded thing, so it's not actually on the platform yet officially.
Right.
And when it does, all that stuff's going to increase quite a bit, I believe. So, and it's going to be a great game, and Onward as well. Onward as well is coming to the Quest, which I think these are games that are going to be pretty big hits for the Quest. And,
Oh, yeah.
and I love the wireless freedom of it. And if you do want to sideload it, it is not hard to do. I
No.
mean, and there's some other tutorials, and some of them I tried. I wasn't having much
Yeah,
luck with.
you didn't
with
like
side
following
quest.
the tutorials, actually,
So the
did
side quest thing, I couldn't get it to work. It wouldn't move over the OBB file, I think.
Sure.
But what I did is if you just go into it, you make a developer account, and then you go into your mobile app, and you select developer mode, put it in developer mode, and then you plug the quest into the PC, you give it permission inside the headset, and then if you go on the Discord for Pavlov, they have a link. You download that link for the quest, and then you just install it. And it installs straight through the quest, put your headset on, and then you go into the unknown app section, I think, and that's where it's at, and you play it.
And as a beta, that's a free game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
if you got a
awesome
quest,
Dave's doing that.
you can play Pavlov
Right.
for free right now.
Yeah, I
And
don't think you don't have to have it like on Steam to even get
No.
that, right? They're just putting the file out there for
No.
everybody. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
really cool.
I don't know if that'll go away
Well,
once.
right, sure, because it won't have all the maps that it'll have.
Yeah.
You'll want it anyways.
Yeah,
you
you're
know.
gonna want the
Yeah.
paid version once it comes out. But if you
Sure.
want to try it now, it's a great. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
I think there were like five maps, maybe
something like that. Yeah. So.
Which one's awesome.
And
to me,
one of the
any
maps, I
shooter.
can't remember which one it was, kept crashing for me. But
was it?
the other like data center and stuff worked fine. I didn't have any issues.
Interesting.
And stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So definitely
That's
check
kinda
it out. And if you do check it out. Let us know what you think of it because I thought it was. I was impressed. So
Sure. Yeah.
for being on the quest, I thought it was awesome.
I'm just excited for a shooter on the quest. I haven't got to play it yet. I just haven't had the time and stuff. I literally wasn't even vertical until last night, basically.
Yeah.
So
So person said, don't think I'll ever get around to the Richie's Plank. Think the time for that one was May 2016. So, I mean, but the thing for me is it's on the quest. And,
Right.
and I want it on there for, not just for me, but I take the quest all over the place.
Yeah.
That's what I want to put people
To
into.
try.
I don't know, for their first experience, because they might not want to put the headset back on. But, I mean, I do want to see.
I would be second. So like, let them
Yeah.
try something simple,
First
and then like,
contact
hey,
or
if you're
something.
into this and you get the controls, you like
Yeah.
it, boom, you're going into something.
I mean,
serious.
that's going to freak some people out
Sure it
that's going to
will.
be trying it for the first time. It's
Sure,
going to be
but
crazy.
that's
for them.
awesome.
So
Like
that's
that-
why I want
Oh
it on the
yeah,
quest.
friends
I
of
think
mine and
that's-
stuff, and guys, absolutely. They can,
Yeah.
they can deal with it. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So that's awesome.
I know. Yeah, that's the thing though. Being that it's been out for a while, even though too, and I know not on Quest, but there's such a good back catalog of games that people don't play.
Yeah, a
And
lot
like
of people
with the
just
Steam
getting
sale,
into VR.
Oh my
There's so
gosh,
much
yeah.
back stuff that-
Such a good time for the Steam
Yeah.
sale too right now. So it's a
Which
great
is
way.
awesome because we're going to give away some Steam gift cards after the show. So
We are.
we should probably go ahead and wrap this one up. That way we got some time to set up the next show, get everything entered in, and
Man.
yeah. So
Yeah.
make sure you join the Discord because there's going to be some questions on there.
Yeah, and
Make
actually,
sure-
we probably will throw our giveaway link into our Discord. So if you guys want to continue conversations, go there. Once we
Yeah.
get it ready, we do have it already ready. But once we get the rest of our stuff ready, we got to make a list of everything because we have so much stuff.
Yeah.
But we got to note all that.
I
So.
don't even know what all we have to be
I know,
on.
it's
So,
crazy.
so when we go live on the giveaway show, make
can't
sure you
believe
have
we're
your
doing
Steam
this.
open, your Oculus Store open,
Yep.
Starbucks app. I recommend a Starbucks app because
There
we
you
have some Starbucks gift cards to give away where you'll have to enter in your code, and some of the things are going to be the first person to get them entered. Some of the things are going to be questions on Discord. Some of the
Gleam.
things, we got a Gleam giveaway, so sign up for the Gleam giveaway. We're gonna draw that
Yep.
during the show probably. That's for a $20 Steam card, which $20 in Steam right now could go a long way depending on what you pick up on the
That
sale.
could be 10 games. I mean, games are like $2.
Yeah,
you
there's
know, right
something
now.
like
It's
Windlands.
crazy.
Windlands ones is
Yeah.
it's like $2 or $3.
Exactly.
So there's some awesome stuff, and even that new Index game that we taught, hand-to-hand combat. If
Yep.
people got the Index and they want to get into that, which looks interesting, I haven't been into it yet, and I
know.
look forward to it. But
I want to try the Aperture Labs one.
oh yeah, and
That-
you can also
I'm
do.
excited
That was
about
one thing
that.
I forgot to put in my notes. I want to talk
That's
about. You
free.
can do that on the Quest. I mean, on the Rift.
Right.
And there is a workaround to do it, but it is possible. I mean, you'll obviously be missing out on some things with
Yeah.
it, and I haven't tried it on the Rift, but
I could care
but it
less
is
to try it on
possible.
there because I want to see all that finger movement.
Yeah.
be inside that Aperture Labs, like that to me, oh, that's killer.
Yeah, so
I
that's
heard
gonna
it
be sweet.
short. I did hear it short. So if you guys haven't tried that yet,
I mean, it's not like a game. It's just
not.
like
It's
it's
an
just an experience. Yeah,
it's kind of like First Contact maybe for
Yeah.
Oculus, probably around that length, something like that. But man, just to be in there and hear all those sounds and voices again,
No doubt.
I've dreamed about being inside there.
So yeah, so
Maybe
we're
there's
gonna
cake.
take some time to
I
get
want
set up.
cake.
We'll probably start, I don't know, maybe around 12:30. So
I don't know.
just
We're
keep
not gonna-
keep an
yeah.
eye on the Discord, join the Discord,
Yep.
and get all the maps ready and stuff and opened up and logged in if you don't yet. So
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah.
that's. I
I
think
think that's pretty much it. So this is our first show together in the same place, which has been awesome, and we luckily got it working. I had a little bit of technical
I
difficulties.
still
in the
can't
beginning.
believe that it happened while we were on live.
Oh, yeah, hit
so
the 1,000.
Griggs VR actually said yesterday, I think it was, or last
This
night,
morning,
or
maybe?
something could have been like this might happen live
Yeah.
on the show, and I cannot believe it.
I got here and Tyler said that he jinxed us. He's like, he jinxed us, said it's gonna
know.
happen live on the show. Now it's not gonna happen. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I think it'll probably happen.
I can't believe it.
So
I really
luckily
can't.
it did. We had a thing set up ready to go for our fireworks.
Well,
if
we
hit
talked about it
so.
for weeks. We're like, I wonder if it would happen, and I started looking at the numbers
It was
and
getting
stuff,
close.
and I'm like, nah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be after.
Towards
for
the end
sure,
of the
but-
week, we were like, I don't know. We might have
I
to do
know.
the giveaway show another time.
Yeah, we needed
And
like
then,
30 subs in like a day and a half or something. I'm like, we're not making
it
it.
ain't
but-
gonna happen. But luckily we hit it.
I
So
know.
we're
I'm
excited.
glad you guys are all here,
We can't
too.
wait to give away some of the stuff.
I
so.
know. I know. We started on our Discord. We started making people like OG members of Rendered Reality and stuff because now everybody that's in the 1,000 club basically, we may do that too, just for appreciation.
PlayStation store as well. Make sure you
There
open
you
that
go.
up. That's a $25 gift
Good
card
call,
from
yeah.
PlayStation Store that you can use it for PSVR games or whatever you want, really. So make sure you got that opened up and logged into. I think we listed everything to be ready for. And
know, yeah.
just watch Discord, and we will be going live again soon. So
Yeah, I think that's it, guys.
Yep, we appreciate you all being here. We will
Yep.
talk to you in chat. It'll
Yep.
probably be a super relaxed show. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're just going to give stuff away and chit chat. So
Yep.
we will see you then.
Yep. Absolutely. Later, guys.
See you guys.